Welcome to Healthy Aging Blueprint, your trusted space for simple, effective tips to help seniors live healthier, happier, and more meaningful lives. Whether you're stepping into retirement or supporting a parent or grandparent on their wellness journey, this channel is for you. Together, we'll explore real-life experiences, healthy daily habits, and a positive mindset to help you wake up each day with energy, joy, and purpose. Have you ever wondered why you're waking up multiple times at night just to pee? Or why your urine stream feels weaker than it used to, even though everything else seems fine? What if the real problem isn't just aging, but hidden habits you repeat every single day without realizing their silent impact on your prostate? If you're over 60, these signs could be more than just a nuisance. They could be warning signals that your prostate is gradually enlarging. What's even more surprising is that your daily routine may be quietly making the situation worse. In this video, we're going to uncover 10 everyday habits that could be harming your prostate health, along with natural, practical steps you can take right away to start protecting it. Make sure to stick around until the very end, because we'll reveal the #1 habit that doctors consider the most dangerous, and it's probably something you're doing without a second thought. This information could make a real difference in how you feel and function in the years ahead. Don't miss it. Your comfort and long-term wellness depend on it. Before we begin, if you're finding value in this type of content, consider liking the video. It helps us continue sharing these vital lessons about healthy aging. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now is a great time to do so. Tap the bell so you won't miss our next video. If this video resonates with you, comment 1 below. If it doesn't, comment 0 so we can improve and better serve you. Habit 1. Ignoring thirst and staying dehydrated. This may sound like a minor issue, but consistently neglecting your body's signals for water is one of the most overlooked habits that can negatively affect prostate health, especially in older adults. Many seniors unintentionally limit their fluid intake. The reasons make sense. Less water often means fewer late-night trips to the bathroom. But here's the catch. That seemingly smart move can backfire in ways most people never expect. When you're dehydrated, your body produces more concentrated urine. This darker, more acidic urine is filled with waste products your body is trying to eliminate. As it passes through your system, it can irritate the sensitive lining of your bladder and urethra. And here's where it gets serious. Your prostate, positioned just below the bladder and encircling the urethra, is especially susceptible to that irritation. Over time, this repeated exposure to highly concentrated urine can create chronic irritation around the prostate. Think of it like dripping acid onto a surface day after day. You may not see the damage at first, but the impact builds quietly until symptoms finally emerge. And by then, discomfort and complications may have already taken hold. This cycle of dehydration doesn't just leave you feeling a little tired or sluggish. It can actually create a persistent, low-grade inflammation in your bladder. And that subtle inflammation begins to exert additional pressure on the prostate. Over time, this pressure acts like a slow burn, quietly contributing to a condition called benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. More commonly known as an enlarged prostate, BPH brings with it a host of uncomfortable symptoms: frequent urges to urinate, a weak urine stream, or the frustrating struggle of starting and stopping mid-flow. For older adults, this risk is even more pronounced. Many seniors are prescribed medications that further dehydrate the body, such as diuretics for high blood pressure or antihistamines for seasonal allergies. These medications may help one condition while inadvertently worsening another, making it even more important to stay on top of your hydration. And it's not just the medications. As we age, our body's natural thirst signals become less reliable. You may not feel thirsty even when your body is in serious need of water. This silent dehydration prevents your system from flushing out toxins effectively. And over months or years, those lingering waste products can build up within your urinary tract. That buildup isn't harmless. It can aggravate inflammation in the prostate and increase your chances of developing urinary tract infections. And every one of those infections places additional stress on your prostate and bladder. The good news is, the solution is both simple and empowering. To protect your prostate, aim to drink water steadily throughout the day, even when you're not particularly thirsty. You don't need to chug large amounts all at once. Just sip a small glass every hour or two. This gradual, consistent intake gives your body what it needs without overwhelming your bladder all at once. A helpful way to monitor your hydration is by checking the color of your urine. Ideally, it should be clear or a very light yellow. If it's darker, like deep yellow or amber, it's your body's way of asking for more water. Let that be your gentle reminder to drink up. By staying hydrated, you're doing more than just quenching thirst. You're helping your bladder remain calm, reducing unnecessary irritation to the prostate, and creating an environment where inflammation doesn't have a chance to take hold. And while it's understandable to worry about nighttime trips to the bathroom, the key is timing. Try drinking more water during the earlier part of the day, and gradually reduce intake a couple of hours before bedtime. If you're still here watching and finding this information helpful, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're still with me. Thank you for being here and for investing in your health. You deserve to feel your best. Let's keep going. If you're still here and finding this video useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're watching along. I appreciate your time and dedication to better health. Now, let's talk about habit 2. Sitting for long hours without movement. It's one of the most overlooked yet damaging habits when it comes to prostate health. For many seniors, sitting becomes a default part of the day. Whether it's relaxing in a favorite recliner, reading the paper, watching television, or even sitting at a computer. While rest is important, prolonged inactivity can quietly take a toll on your pelvic region, and more specifically, your prostate. When you remain seated for extended periods without shifting position or standing up, you place continuous pressure on the muscles and tissues in the lower abdomen and pelvic area. That sustained pressure reduces blood flow to the region, including the prostate gland. And just like any organ, the prostate relies on proper circulation to receive oxygen and nutrients, and to efficiently remove waste. Without healthy blood flow, inflammation can build up in the surrounding tissues. Over time, this inflammation can become a driving force behind prostate enlargement or chronic pelvic discomfort. Think of it like a slow traffic jam in your body's delivery system. When the route is blocked, essential supplies can't get through. But that's not all. Inactivity also weakens your pelvic floor muscles, those hidden but vital muscles that help control your bladder and support healthy urination. When those muscles weaken, it becomes harder to completely empty your bladder. And any leftover urine that remains behind can further irritate the bladder and prostate, causing discomfort, urgency, or dribbling. For seniors who may already experience age-related muscle decline, this lack of movement only adds to the problem. What starts as a harmless habit, sitting a little too long, can quietly evolve into a cycle of inflammation, incomplete bladder emptying, and increased urinary symptoms. The good news? It's incredibly easy to break this cycle with small, intentional actions. The solution doesn't require intense workouts or dramatic lifestyle changes, just simple movement, spread throughout your day. Aim to stand up and walk around for 1 to 2 minutes every 30 to 60 minutes. Take a lap around the room, head to the kitchen for a glass of water, or do a few gentle stretches or squats. These tiny bursts of movement stimulate circulation, reduce pelvic pressure, and help keep your muscles engaged. By staying active in small but consistent ways, you're doing more than just easing tension. You're protecting your prostate, improving your bladder function, and giving your body the support it needs to thrive. It's a simple habit that can make a world of difference. Let's keep going. Incorporating regular movement into your day improves blood flow to the pelvic region and helps relieve pressure on the prostate. You don't have to overhaul your life. Just begin with something as simple as a daily walk. Low-impact activities like walking or gentle pelvic floor exercises, such as Kegels, are especially beneficial. They strengthen the surrounding muscles and support healthier circulation in the lower abdomen. It's not about giving up comfort or never enjoying time in your favorite chair again. The key is balance, resting when you need to, but also making a conscious effort to stay mobile throughout the day. These small adjustments can have a big impact over time. Just a little movement today could be the very thing that helps you avoid urinary issues or prostate discomfort tomorrow. Now, let's talk about habit 3, drinking too much caffeine. For many older adults, that first cup of coffee in the morning, or maybe an afternoon tea, is a cherished part of the day. It brings a sense of comfort and routine. But when caffeine becomes a regular companion throughout the day, in coffee, tea, energy drinks, or even soda, it may be doing more harm than good when it comes to prostate and bladder health. Caffeine is a known diuretic, which means it increases how often you need to urinate. That sounds harmless at first, but this constant stimulation can place extra strain on your bladder. Over time, it may cause symptoms like urgency, frequent bathroom trips, or even minor leakage, especially for those who already deal with an enlarged or sensitive prostate. And caffeine's impact isn't limited to your bladder alone. It's also a stimulant, which causes the muscles around the bladder, including the detrusor muscle, to contract more often. These more frequent contractions can make you feel the need to urinate, even if your bladder isn't actually full. For men living with BPH, this kind of added pressure only worsens the problem. There's more. Caffeine can also tighten the muscles at the neck of the bladder, which is where it connects to the urethra. When these muscles are tense, it becomes harder to fully empty the bladder. Any urine left behind can further irritate the prostate and increase your risk of developing inflammation or urinary tract infections. Now, a single cup of coffee or tea won't necessarily cause major issues, but the cumulative effect, especially when consumed throughout the day, can gradually worsen prostate-related symptoms. And that's something every senior man should be mindful of as part of their daily wellness routine. Caffeine intake can build up faster than you realize. A few cups of strong coffee, several servings of black tea, or even an occasional energy drink can quickly overstimulate both your bladder and prostate. When this becomes a daily habit, it may quietly lead to chronic irritation and increased discomfort. For older adults already dealing with prostate issues like benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, or prostatitis, this added stimulation can make existing symptoms significantly worse. The key here is moderation. You don't have to give up caffeine altogether, but setting thoughtful limits can go a long way in preserving your comfort and urinary function. If you enjoy that morning cup of coffee, go ahead and have it. But consider capping your intake to just 1 or 2 small servings per day, preferably in the earlier part of the day. Drinking caffeine late in the day can not only irritate your prostate, but also disrupt your sleep, increasing nighttime trips to the bathroom. After your initial caffeine fix, try gradually transitioning to bladder-friendly alternatives. Herbal teas like chamomile or peppermint offer a soothing effect without the overstimulation. Decaffeinated beverages or simply sipping on water throughout the day can keep you hydrated while helping to maintain calmness in both your bladder and prostate. If you notice that your urinary symptoms begin to ease after reducing caffeine, that's an encouraging sign. It suggests your prostate is responding positively to the change, reinforcing the idea that small daily adjustments can have a meaningful impact. The goal isn't to deprive yourself of comfort, it's about striking a healthy balance. This way, you can continue to enjoy your favorite beverages without compromising your prostate health or quality of life. If you're still with me and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 2 below to let me know. I truly appreciate your time and commitment to your health. Now let's explore habit 4, eating spicy and processed foods. Your daily diet plays a far more significant role in your prostate health than most people realize. For seniors, in particular, certain food choices can directly influence how your prostate behaves. One of the most common and overlooked dietary habits is the frequent consumption of spicy meals and highly processed foods. These options may be flavorful, quick, and convenient, but they can quietly aggravate your prostate over time. Spicy foods, especially those made with hot peppers or strong seasonings, can act as irritants, and when consumed regularly, they may trigger inflammation not only in the digestive system, but also in the urinary tract, which includes the bladder and prostate. Chili peppers, hot sauces, and even large amounts of black pepper are known to increase inflammation throughout the body. While they may add excitement to your meals, for the prostate, this added inflammation can become a real problem. In men already dealing with benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, or prostatitis, these spicy additions can intensify existing issues, causing pelvic discomfort, urgency, or even difficulty with urination. Although enjoying spicy food on occasion isn't likely to cause lasting damage, making it a daily habit or consuming it in large quantities can lead to persistent irritation. Over time, this can place chronic stress on the prostate gland. Processed foods carry their own hidden dangers. Think about the packaged snacks, canned meats, frozen dinners, and drive-through meals that often fill our kitchens or calendars. These foods are typically loaded with preservatives, artificial additives, excessive sodium, and unhealthy fats. While convenient, they're far from prostate-friendly. For example, a high sodium intake can cause the body to retain water, increasing pressure on the urinary system. This added pressure can worsen symptoms of an already enlarged prostate and heighten discomfort during urination. Even more concerning, many processed foods contain trans fats and synthetic ingredients that interfere with the body's natural hormonal balance. Testosterone, a hormone vital to prostate function, can be disrupted by these unnatural additives. Over time, a steady diet of highly processed foods may lead to unwanted weight gain, widespread inflammation, and hormonal imbalances, all of which are major risk factors for prostate enlargement and urinary problems. So what's the better path forward? Start by shifting your focus toward whole, anti-inflammatory foods that naturally support prostate health. Leafy greens like spinach and kale, antioxidant-rich berries such as blueberries and strawberries, and omega-3 packed fish like salmon and mackerel are all excellent additions. Don't forget healthy fats from sources like avocados, olive oil, and unsalted nuts. These foods work to soothe inflammation and provide the nutrients your prostate needs to thrive. If you love flavor, you don't have to give it up. Experiment with herbs and spices like turmeric, ginger, or basil, natural options known for their anti-inflammatory effects. Making this shift doesn't mean giving up taste or tradition. It simply means making mindful choices that align with your long-term wellness goals. By gradually reducing spicy and overly processed meals and embracing a diet filled with fresh, whole ingredients, you're giving your prostate a real chance to remain healthy and function at its best for many years to come. Now let's talk about habit 5, something that many people overlook but can quietly harm your health over time: holding your urine for too long. We've all experienced it, delaying that trip to the restroom because we're caught up in a task, stuck in traffic, or simply trying to avoid getting up again. It seems harmless in the moment, right? But consistently resisting the urge to urinate may be doing more harm than you realize. Your prostate, that small walnut-sized gland sitting just below your bladder, plays a crucial role in both urinary flow and reproductive function. When you hold in urine too often, you're adding unnecessary stress to this sensitive part of your body. When you delay urination for long stretches of time, you're not just practicing a harmless habit, you're putting significant, unnecessary stress on both your bladder and prostate. What starts as a minor inconvenience can quickly cascade into larger health problems. As urine accumulates and the bladder becomes overly full, its walls begin to stretch, creating excessive internal pressure. That pressure doesn't stop at the bladder, it pushes directly onto the prostate gland just beneath it. Repeated exposure to this kind of strain can gradually irritate the delicate tissues of the prostate. Over time, it may cause inflammation and contribute to the development of chronic conditions such as prostatitis or even benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, which is the non-cancerous enlargement of the prostate. Both conditions can significantly disrupt urinary flow and overall comfort. For older adults, this habit becomes even more dangerous. As we age, the muscles responsible for controlling the bladder and prostate naturally weaken, making it much harder for the body to cope with the extra stress caused by an overextended bladder. One of the most concerning consequences is incomplete emptying of the bladder. When urine isn't fully expelled, it stagnates, creating a perfect environment for bacteria to thrive. This sets the stage for urinary tract infections, UTIs, which further inflame and irritate the prostate. Infections and recurring inflammation can aggravate existing symptoms, including frequent urges to urinate, a weak or hesitant stream, or even the sensation of not being able to completely empty the bladder. These issues don't just cause physical discomfort. They can impact your quality of life in subtle but meaningful ways. Holding in urine can interfere with your sleep, especially if you find yourself waking multiple times at night, a condition known as nocturia. Interrupted rest leads to fatigue, mood swings, and even anxiety, particularly when you're constantly preoccupied with finding a bathroom or managing unexpected urgency. What seems like a small habit can ripple out into your entire day. So the next time nature calls, think of it as a message from your body, one that deserves your attention. Answering it promptly is a simple but powerful way to protect your prostate and preserve your peace of mind. To protect your prostate, it's essential to respond promptly when your body signals the need to urinate. Holding it in may feel like a minor delay, but consistently ignoring that urge can place unnecessary stress on both your bladder and your prostate. Acting as soon as you feel the need, rather than waiting, can help ease pressure, support smoother function, and prevent irritation from becoming a long-term issue. If you're someone who often experiences frequent urges, especially during long periods of sitting or travel, it may be helpful to set a routine. Taking regular bathroom breaks, even when you don't feel an urgent need, can help your system stay regulated. This is especially important if you're trying to minimize nighttime disruptions or reduce urgency during the day. Staying well hydrated also plays a major role. When your body doesn't get enough fluids, urine becomes more concentrated. This concentrated urine can irritate the bladder lining, which in turn can aggravate the nearby prostate. Think of your bladder and prostate as partners. What affects one will often impact the other. That's why treating them as a connected system with care and attention can go a long way in preserving your overall urinary health. Though it may seem easier in the moment to delay a trip to the restroom, honoring that signal is one of the simplest and most powerful habits you can adopt for your prostate. It's a small act of mindfulness that pays big dividends over time. Now, let's talk about another habit with even greater consequences: smoking or inhaling secondhand smoke. This is where real damage begins, not just to your lungs, but to your prostate as well. Smoking is one of the most harmful lifestyle choices for overall health, and its effects extend far beyond the respiratory system. When it comes to prostate health, the risks are significant and often underestimated. The prostate, like any vital organ, depends heavily on healthy blood circulation to deliver oxygen and essential nutrients while efficiently removing waste products. But smoking, whether firsthand or secondhand, directly impairs this process. It constricts blood vessels, reducing blood flow to the prostate and effectively starving it of the resources it needs to function and repair. Over time, this lack of circulation can cause significant tissue damage, spark chronic inflammation, and even lead to cellular changes that may raise the risk of developing prostate cancer. This harm doesn't stop at restricted circulation. Smoking also triggers oxidative stress, a condition caused by an imbalance between harmful free radicals and the body's natural antioxidants. These free radicals can damage cells, and the prostate is no exception. Unfortunately, Smoking depletes vital antioxidants like vitamin C and E, two powerful defenders the body relies on to combat inflammation and heal damaged tissue. Without these, the prostate becomes even more vulnerable. For older adults, the cumulative effects of smoking are even more serious. The longer you've been exposed to cigarette smoke, whether from smoking yourself or regularly being around others who do, the more significant the damage. Research shows that smoking is not only linked to a greater risk of benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, but it may also contribute to more aggressive forms of prostate cancer. And even if you quit smoking years ago, continued exposure to secondhand smoke can quietly sabotage your progress. It continues to fuel inflammation and oxidative stress, slowing healing and weakening your defenses. But here's the encouraging news. The body has an incredible ability to begin healing once the smoke clears. By quitting smoking, you can start to see benefits in a matter of weeks. Blood flow improves, inflammation begins to subside, and your antioxidant systems gradually bounce back. If you're still smoking, talk with your doctor about cessation strategies that suit your lifestyle. There are effective tools available, from nicotine patches and prescription medications to counseling, group programs, and even alternative therapies like acupuncture or mindfulness techniques. For those who don't smoke, reducing exposure to secondhand smoke is just as vital. Avoid places where smoking is common, choose smoke-free environments, and don't hesitate to advocate for clean air policies. Protecting your prostate isn't just about what you do, it's also about what you avoid. Choosing a smoke-free lifestyle is one of the most powerful decisions you can make. It not only supports your lung health, it also gives your prostate the best chance to heal, function properly, and stay resilient for years to come. Lowering inflammation and reducing exposure to harmful substances like smoke can significantly ease symptoms and potentially add more healthy, vibrant years to your life. The encouraging truth is, it's never too late to take control of your health and actively protect your prostate. One critical step many men overlook is the importance of routine health screenings. It's surprisingly common for men, especially those over 60, to adopt a mindset of no news is good news when it comes to doctor visits. If they're not in pain or discomfort, they assume everything must be fine. But this kind of thinking can be risky, especially for prostate health. The prostate is a small gland, but it can develop serious problems like inflammation, enlargement, or even cancer, often without any noticeable symptoms in the early stages. That means you could be living with a developing condition and not even realize it until it becomes far more complicated to treat. Regular screenings offer a vital line of defense, allowing you to catch problems early when they're most treatable and far less likely to require invasive procedures. Two of the most effective screening tools available are the digital rectal exam, DRE, and the prostate-specific antigen, PSA, test. The DRE allows your physician to physically examine the size, shape, and texture of the prostate, checking for any abnormalities. Meanwhile, the PSA test measures the level of a protein produced by the prostate. Elevated PSA levels may signal inflammation, infection, or even early-stage cancer. Both of these tests are quick, minimally invasive, and provide valuable insight into your prostate health. For men over the age of 60, making these screenings part of your yearly health routine is especially crucial, as the risks of prostate-related conditions increase significantly with age. Skipping these checkups means missing the opportunity to detect and address minor issues before they evolve into more serious complications. Conditions like early-stage benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, or prostatitis may start off silently, but can escalate into chronic infections, difficulty urinating, or even urinary retention if left unchecked. Making screenings a regular part of your healthcare routine is not just a precaution. It's a proactive act of self-care. It's about giving yourself the chance to stay ahead of potential issues and maintain your comfort, independence, and quality of life as you age. If left untreated, conditions related to the prostate can escalate, and in some cases, even impact kidney function. Prostate cancer, for example, often develops slowly, and may not show any obvious symptoms until it has already advanced. That's why routine screenings can truly be life-saving, catching problems early when you have the most options and the best chances of effective treatment. Putting off doctor visits doesn't just delay diagnosis. It also limits your ability to manage early-stage issues with simple, non-invasive strategies like lifestyle adjustments, dietary improvements, or natural remedies. These easier solutions are often more effective when problems are detected early, before they grow more complicated and require medications or surgical procedures. For many men, there's a lingering hesitation around discussing prostate or urinary issues. Whether it's due to discomfort, embarrassment, or simply not wanting to make a fuss, this reluctance can become a silent barrier to getting the help you need. But honest, open conversations with your healthcare provider are essential. The sooner you bring up your concerns, the more choices you have, and the better the outcome is likely to be. Annual checkups provide more than just test results. They offer peace of mind, knowledge, and a sense of control. When a potential issue is identified early, it's often possible to manage it through non-drug approaches, like targeted exercises for pelvic floor strength, nutritional shifts to reduce inflammation, or practical changes to your daily routine that ease pressure on the prostate. To make your screenings as simple and consistent as possible, consider bundling them into your regular annual physical. You can also make use of digital tools to stay organized. For example, the Senior Health Tracker is a user-friendly mobile app designed especially for men over 60. It helps you log symptoms, record fluid intake, monitor bathroom habits, and even set reminders for medical appointments. Having that data at your fingertips means your doctor can better understand your patterns and tailor advice to fit your exact needs. This level of personalized care leads to smarter treatment decisions and more effective results. The app is free to try, and you'll find the link in the video description. Don't wait until discomfort forces your hand. Making proactive care a regular part of your routine is one of the smartest and simplest habits you can adopt to preserve your prostate health for the long haul. If you're still here and finding these insights helpful, please take a moment to comment number 4 below, just to let me know you're still with me on this journey. Thank you for dedicating your valuable time to learning how to protect your health. Let's move on to habit 8, eating too much red meat. For many people, red meat is a beloved staple on the dinner table. Whether it's a juicy steak, a sizzling sausage, or a few slices of deli ham, these foods are often part of our regular diet. But when consumed in excess, especially processed varieties like bacon, hot dogs, or lunch meats, they can quietly contribute to prostate issues without you even realizing it. Research has consistently shown a strong connection between high red meat consumption and increased levels of inflammation throughout the body, particularly in the prostate. This kind of inflammation can aggravate conditions such as benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, and prostatitis, both of which can lead to discomfort and urinary difficulties over time. The key culprits in red meat are saturated fats and, in the case of processed meats, harmful additives like nitrates and preservatives. These compounds are known to disrupt hormonal balance by increasing levels of insulin-like growth factor 1, IGF-1, a hormone linked to prostate enlargement and a heightened risk of prostate cancer. On top of that, the high fat content in red meat contributes to oxidative stress, which damages the delicate prostate tissue and impairs the body's natural repair processes. For seniors, the risks become even more pronounced. As we age, our digestion slows down, making it harder to break down and absorb heavy, fatty foods. This sluggish metabolism can lead to unwanted weight gain, especially around the abdomen, a factor that adds even more pressure to the pelvic area and the prostate gland itself. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up red meat entirely. It's all about moderation and making more informed choices. By limiting red meat consumption to just 1 or 2 servings per week and focusing on leaner cuts, you can significantly reduce internal inflammation and give your prostate the support it needs to stay healthy. Instead of relying heavily on red meat, consider incorporating leaner protein options that actively support prostate health. Fatty fish like salmon or sardines, which are packed with anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids, are an excellent alternative. Plant-based proteins, such as legumes, tofu, and beans, offer not only protein, but also fiber, which aids digestion and helps maintain a healthy weight. Two key factors that reduce inflammation and protect the prostate. Grilled chicken, lentil soups, chickpea curries, or a colorful vegetable stir-fry can be both nourishing and satisfying. These simple swaps don't mean giving up flavor or enjoyment. By experimenting with herbs, spices, and healthy marinades, you can create meals that are just as delicious, if not more so, while still being gentle on your prostate. Over time, these dietary shifts will reward your body with noticeable benefits: fewer urinary symptoms, more consistent energy levels, and improved prostate function. In every meal you thoughtfully prepare, you're not just nourishing your body, you're making a daily investment in your long-term wellness. Now, let's talk about habit 9, carrying excess belly fat. For many aging men, weight gain around the midsection might seem like a normal part of getting older. But in reality, this isn't just a matter of appearance. It's a red flag for prostate health. The fat that gathers around your waistline, known as visceral fat, surrounds internal organs and releases inflammatory substances called cytokines. These chemicals don't stay put. They circulate throughout your entire system, including the prostate, triggering low-grade chronic inflammation that can silently enlarge the gland over time. This inflammation isn't just uncomfortable. It's a driving force behind symptoms like increased urinary frequency, urgency, and a weaker urine stream. But the impact doesn't stop there. Visceral fat also throws off your hormonal balance. It converts testosterone into estrogen, disrupting the natural ratio of male to female hormones in the body. This hormonal shift can further stimulate prostate growth and exacerbate conditions like benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, making symptoms even harder to manage. On top of that, carrying too much abdominal fat places mechanical pressure on your bladder and surrounding organs, intensifying discomfort and making it harder to fully empty the bladder. It creates a cycle that's both physically and hormonally challenging. But the good news is, unlike age or genetics, this is a modifiable risk factor, and small changes can lead to meaningful improvements. Excess belly fat doesn't just sit silently around your waist. It presses on your bladder and pelvic organs, intensifying symptoms like frequent nighttime urination, known as nocturia, or that frustrating sensation of not fully emptying your bladder. When the waistline exceeds 40 inches, studies show that the risks grow significantly, not just for prostate enlargement, but also for urinary complications and even erectile dysfunction. These aren't just statistics. They're real challenges that many older men face silently. The encouraging part? Even a small reduction in weight can spark meaningful changes. Shedding just 5 to 10% of your current body weight can lower inflammation, restore a healthier hormonal balance, and ease pressure on the prostate gland. You don't need to adopt extreme diets or punishing workout plans. In fact, consistent, sustainable steps often lead to the most lasting improvements. Try starting with a daily walk. Just 20 to 30 minutes a day can make a difference. Be mindful of your portion sizes and begin reducing your intake of sugary foods and sweetened beverages, which are major culprits behind stubborn belly fat. Adding simple strength training exercises, such as light weights or body weight routines, can help you burn fat and build muscle, both of which benefit your prostate in the long run. To stay on track, tools like the Senior Health Tracker app can help you monitor your progress. Tracking your waist size, weight, and urinary symptoms regularly helps you connect your habits with your health outcomes, and that knowledge can be empowering. A waistline under 40 inches isn't just a number. It's a sign of reduced strain on your internal organs and a healthier, more balanced system. So don't shrug off belly fat as an inevitable part of aging. See it instead as your body's way of signaling a need for change. By taking action, you're not only improving how you feel in your clothes, you're actively protecting your prostate, easing urinary symptoms, and strengthening your foundation for long-term health. Thank you for staying with me. Your time is truly appreciated. Now let's dive into habit number 10, not managing chronic stress. Of all the habits that affect prostate health, this one often flies under the radar. Yet its impact can be profound, especially for seniors. When you're under constant stress, whether it's financial strain, family responsibilities, or health worries, your body responds by releasing higher levels of cortisol, the main stress hormone. Over time, elevated cortisol doesn't just affect your mood or sleep. It ignites low-grade inflammation throughout the body, creates muscle tension, and throws off your hormonal balance. All of these directly affect the prostate. But how exactly? First, chronic stress causes the pelvic floor muscles to tighten. This tension restricts blood flow to the prostate and compresses nearby nerves, often leading to pelvic discomfort, increased urinary urgency, or that frustrating difficulty starting or completing urination. Second, long-term stress weakens the immune system, making it harder for your body to fight off infections or inflammation that could be quietly worsening prostate issues. And third, stress disturbs the natural balance between testosterone and estrogen, a hormonal shift that has been linked to prostate enlargement. For seniors, stress tends to build gradually. Retirement transitions, caregiving responsibilities, or health uncertainties can quietly chip away at emotional resilience. If left unchecked, stress doesn't just harm the mind, it fuels a feedback loop where worsening prostate symptoms cause more anxiety, which in turn inflames symptoms even further. The upside? Stress is something you can control, and the tools to manage it are simple and accessible. Start with easy breathing techniques like diaphragmatic breathing, gentle yoga, mindfulness meditation, or progressive muscle relaxation can do wonders in calming the body and reducing cortisol levels. Even just 10 to 15 minutes a day spent in quiet relaxation or gentle movement can help soften muscle tension, improve circulation, and create a calming environment within your pelvic region. Managing stress isn't just about feeling better emotionally, it's a powerful, proactive step toward protecting your prostate and improving your quality of life. Carving out quiet time each day, whether it's through meditation, reading a favorite book, or simply listening to calming music, can create a powerful mental reset. Just a few minutes of stillness can ease your nervous system and bring your body back into balance. But don't stop there. Physical activity, even in gentle forms, is one of the most effective stress relievers you can embrace. A brisk walk around the block, light stretching in your living room, or a few laps in the pool can do wonders. These movements not only melt away tension, but also enhance blood flow, delivering essential nutrients to your prostate and helping flush out inflammatory toxins. And what about the power of joy? Social connections, hearty laughter, and engaging hobbies aren't just for fun. They're medicine. These activities elevate mood, reduce cortisol, and boost your immune system, all while fostering a sense of purpose. Prioritizing good sleep is equally essential. Poor rest amplifies stress and inflammation, creating a vicious cycle that can silently harm your prostate over time. Think of restorative sleep as a nightly reset button for your body and mind. By tackling chronic stress head-on, you're doing more than just calming your thoughts. You're lowering inflammation, supporting your urinary function, and giving your prostate a stronger foundation for long-term health. Start with just 1 or 2 techniques, like deep breathing or daily walking, and make them a consistent part of your life. Over time, these small efforts can shrink bothersome symptoms, slow the progression of prostate enlargement, and lead to a more vibrant, comfortable future. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way through. I truly hope it's offered valuable insight into the everyday habits that affect your prostate and how just a few small shifts can lead to big changes. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you've learned today that you're ready to put into practice in your daily life? Drop it in the comments below. Let's encourage each other to take charge of our health. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and don't forget to subscribe to the Healthy Aging Blueprint channel for more tips to help you live stronger, longer, and with greater ease. Wishing you good health, happiness, and peace, always.